Hello and welcome to Brimwood Farm. It is a very fresh and nice September morning, so welcome. We've been here a fortnight now, and that means that the chickens now need moving on. So we're going to just move the electric fencing, let the chickens out. You might be able to hear them. They've seen my car arrive. They know it's time to come out, but before I can let them out, I've just got to move their electric fencing, so they're onto some new pasture. Well, I'm not the most proficient electric fencer, I will give you that and admit that, but I think I've done this a little bit better than last time. There's less slack, it seems to be less sort of falling over all over the place, so hopefully we'll get a better electric current through it. The ducks and the chickens are now all happy. And now you can see the difference. So this is the grass that's had them on for 2 weeks. And you can see there's feathers and there's poop, loads of poop, and that's going to be really, really good to regenerate the grass. So, oh, and there's dust baths. So I loved watching the chickens do this. They made their own dust baths, which is cool. But again, I don't want that to become a permanent dust bath, hence why we're moving them on. And then this is the new pasture. So you can see, if I turn this way, fresh grass, old grass. Now a lot of this isn't actually eaten, it's just been trodden down, and that's fine too, because it will pop back up now that it's not being walked on constantly. I think I can probably get away with putting on the grass for the 2-week period. When it comes to the sheep and the goats and stuff like that, and the mob grazing, obviously they're grazing the grass rather than flattening it down. So in those situations, I'll need to move them every day or every other day, depending on how big a kind of electric fence run they have. But I'm happy with how this grazing is going at the moment. Obviously in the winter it'll be different, the grass isn't growing as quickly, but at the moment it's fairly good. So what I'll do is, in 2 weeks time again, I'll probably still use this door, and I'll just angle this round gradually, so this fence will be angled round, and then when I get round to kind of a right angle with the shed, I'll start using the back door, and I'll send them out that way instead.
Now you might have seen me filling up their water with water bottles, and that's because we still don't have any water on site. Our house sale still hasn't gone through, so we're having to be a little bit thrifty when it comes to buying stuff. So at the moment I haven't got any IBCs, and I'm having to fill up bottles at home and bring them up. I am just about getting away with 6 bottles in the morning and 6 bottles in the evening at the moment. In 2 weeks time the goats and the sheep arrive, so that's a whole other ball game, so I'm going to have to come up with a better solution. We will this winter try and get the water board up here to actually give us some running water, and once the rain has come again we will have water butts filling up, but at the moment it's a dry spell, so I definitely need to think of a better solution and collect more bottles and some bigger ones. I'm thinking of one of those big camper rollers that I can fill up, maybe a couple of those that I can bring up each day to sort of battle this water issue.
So we're here in the pheasantry, and one major thing we do need to do badly is get screening across this back part as a bit of added protection. A hawk did come down and get one of the budgies. It must have stuck its feet through the mesh. The budgie was still alive. If you look down here, you can see there's some blue feathers. But sadly, the damage to the budgie, I took the budgie home, nursed it, but sadly the damage was too much. Most of the budgies tend to sleep up this end on this branch here. And so what we need to do is we just need to make sure that this end is kind of screened off. And it will give the reeves some protection this end as well. The roof is obviously this end. So if we walk round, then it means that whole backside will be screened. So when it comes to the winter weather as well, they'll have some added protection, and they can kind of go under the roof and have a bit of draft-free area to roost in. So that's something we do need to do pretty quick. We also, this aviary with the single reeves in, the pastoral plants survived pretty well. Possibly not so well in this one. The girls and Adam have absolutely mullered this plant. The other one not so much. I think it's mainly because they haven't had access to a lot of greenery. We're going to start feeding them more greenery, and hopefully these plants will come back. Also, again, the water issue. By the time I've fed and watered all the animals, I had barely enough water to come back and water plants. So we do need to get onto that. Hello. The other thing that I still need to do with this poultry setup is finish the shed. So I've got this metal on this side, and I still need to put metal on this other side, because at the moment that's just black tarp, and I need that tarp for other jobs. So I do need to go and scavenge some corrugated tin from around the farm and build that side. But actually, overall, this dodgy shed is working really, really well. They're perfectly happy. They go in and out, as you can see. The ducks spend most of their time by this bath. These beautiful silver apple yards. 2 drakes and 2 hens. And then the khaki Campbells there. There's 2 over there. There's 2 here. And then there's 2 over here. And then our lavender muscovies. And if you're on social, you'll know that I asked for names. I've now collected my favourite names of those, and I've created a poll on Patreon. So if you're a Patreon, please go across there. There's a poll to choose the names for these guys, and then in a couple of weeks I'll reveal who's won and what we're going to name them. So as I say, we've got 2 drakes and 2 hens with the silver apple yards. The muscovies I'm really unsure of. I've never reared muscovies before. Everything I read seems to say that the drakes should have massive feet, and they should kind of feather up after the girls feather up, which makes me possibly wonder whether these are all girls, because these girls, they're all almost fully feathered. They're like between 6 and 8 weeks now. So yes, if I've got all girls, then I wouldn't necessarily notice the difference between a drake and a hen, or I might have all drakes. So we'll see. So we'll probably give them sort of non-gender names, and these guys, obviously we know exactly who's a girl and who's a boy. It's the evening, and I was going to put the chickens away, but they are not quite ready. So I thought I'll take myself on a little walk and go back in a minute. And I am so thrilled that I decided that, because I've just found something amazing. Look. It's a snake skin. How cool is that? I'm going to try and very carefully take it out from under the grass. And it breaks here, and then it goes here, and it kind of goes all under here. I'm just going to make sure there's nothing attached, but it is quite old. So cool! So cool. I guess we've got snakes here. So thank you as always for watching and checking in. Now we're here and we're settled, all the animals are here. I'm going to be trying to upload a couple of videos a week as we progress with projects around the farm, so you can really see how this journey is progressing. As always, if you've got any questions or advice or comments, please hit that like button and then put those comments in that comment section below. If you're on Facebook, come across and join us at Brimwood Farm's community group. But for now, please take care, stay safe, and I shall see you very soon. Bye bye.